It is time now for our Fix It Friday segment with Jeff Head. And today we're chatting about plugs, but not the electrical kind.
Not the electrical kind.
I didn't even know there was such a thing as a roof plug.
Yeah, it's, I wished I would have invented it.
I wish you had too. It'd be called the Jeff Head Smart Plug. So what is it, Jeff?
Okay, it's, we always try to talk about things that will help homeowners around here, help them save some money.
Sure.
And, maybe they can do some of these things themselves. This here is what they call a smart plug.
And there's a hole in the roof.
Yes, right back here. That's exactly what happened there. We was going to have to plug that up, and instead of buying a whole sheet of OSB, because as you know, OSB and the price of lumber, the way it was 250% higher than what it normally is, a whole sheet of, okay, let's just say a whole sheet of plywood, we was paying up to $49 a sheet for it. This thing here, instead of taking out the whole thing, taking out the whole sheet of plywood or OSB, without taking it out, you can take that out, cut it out to an 8-inch square. They make an 8-inch and a 12-inch. You just cut that out, and then you see you've got holes right here. And there might be another picture there of the.
Yeah, there you go. See it in place. So are there any rules and regulations? I see a gap down here. So what would close that gap, Jeff?
The synthetic felt paper.
Okay, so that comes next, right?
Yeah, you just cover it up with a felt paper. And sometimes in the decking, there's gaps like that in there. But as long as the nail that you use for the shingle or the siding, as long as it hits solid wood, any of these parts of the board of that plug right there, it's going to be good. And as you can see, it's got screws in there. We took it and we screwed it down to the existing sheathing there.
Now, are you saying anybody can do this, or do we need to call the pros?
No, not anybody could do it, but if you're,
anybody that's kind of
if you're mechanically inclined, if
okay.
you've got a tape measure, you've got a cordless drill, and a little saw.
And a ladder.
And a ladder. That's another thing I brought this in for. Not only can you use this on roofs, a lot of times, sometimes you'll have a tree limb come down and it will puncture the roof. Or on the siding, it may just puncture the siding. Right. Or if you want to move maybe a dryer vent or some cable lines and you've got a bunch of holes in your sheathing, maybe you've got some damage, this thing here can be used on siding too.
You're right. You wish you had invented that, don't you? Wow. How much does that cost, Jeff?
You can buy this thing here for about $15.
And the bigger one's like $30, probably, or whatever.
No, probably a little less than that. But the convenience and to be able to, you go up there, it cuts the job in about half.
Oh, it's got to.
It cuts it in half. You cut a hole, put this on here, and then put your shingles or put your siding or whatever hole you may have, put it over and cover it up.
Is it readily available in the marketplace just about anywhere, Jeff?
Yeah, well, you got to almost kind of buy it at one of the roofing stores. ABC has them. Midwest, I think Kite Home Center has them.
But you can, as an individual, go purchase those from
yeah, you sure can.
Well, plug your roof if you need it with the Jeff Head Smart Plug. You can order it from Jeff Head 800. Don't you wish? Yeah. I wish it for you. Well, now you can be inspired to invent something else, Jeff.
Yeah, I wish I would have invented zipper boots.
Well, I wish you had invented that too.
People say, what's a zipper boot? It goes around the risers, the electrical mass. I wish I would have invented those too.
There's things to come from Jeff Head. We'll be back with more lifestyles after this. Stay with us.